QBASIC, welcome back everybody. I'm Progress Vedhan, your trainer for this entire series. In today's topic, we're going to talk about one of the important topic in a QBASIC, that is an operator. Without an operator, no programmer will be able to write any programming. It might be your C programming, or it might be your QBASIC, it might be any other high-level this programming language, because these operators are playing a vital role. They are going to play one of the most important role in order to obtain the desired output. Now let's see in detail what is the meaning of operator, what are the different types of operator, how are you going to identify these different types of operators in your QBASIC. So now let's start without wasting your precious time. Now when we talk about the definition of operator, operators are nothing. These are the symbol signs or symbols that perform operation on the operands. Now here it might be something new word that you are going through, that's a operand. Operand means simply a value. That means operators are signs or symbols that perform certain operations, certain tasks on operands. Now these operands can be variable or constant. That means when we assign a value into a variable with the help of your operator, sometime that can be constant or that can be variable. That means to say you might be assigning a value into a is equals to 2, or you might be writing a program to supply value from the keyboard that is in a form of input a. So that's why it might be a constant or it might be your variable also. Now whenever you write a program, before you start writing a program, the type of operator to know, it's mandatory, because these are the operators who are going to decide what type of operation is to be performed to your values. That means it's not only the variable, it's not only the value that is going to participate in your programming, it is an operator indeed. That means these operators are able to instruct the what type of operation is to be performed on your constant, or it might be on your variable. So I repeat again, operator simply refers to say sign or symbol that perform operation on the operands, on the values. Now when we talk about the types of operator, we have four types of operator over here: arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, string operator. My dear student, I need to tell you that without understanding or without having the proper understanding of these types of your operators, you will not be able to understand, you will not be able to complete the syllabus in programming, at least in school, for grade 9 and 10. And these operator concepts are going to help you for your C and C+ as well. So let's see now about the different types of operators that we're going to discuss. Number one is arithmetic operators. These arithmetic operators are also known as mathematical operators. Now arithmetic operators are simply used to perform mathematical operations. That means whenever you sit to write a program in QBASIC or any other high-level this programming language, arithmetic operators mean to perform mathematical operation, nothing else. You might be trying to write a program to find the sum of two numbers, or you might be writing a program in order to find the remainder. You might be writing a program to find the difference of any two numbers. You might be writing a program to find the floating point division, or so many options are there. That means if you are trying to write a program in QBASIC using arithmetic operators, you need to understand that what is the meaning of this arithmetic operator first. So these are the operators that are going to perform your mathematical calculation. That means mathematical operations. So these are the your types of mathematical or arithmetic operators that is listed over the screen. So I do believe that you all know the meaning of all of this. Okay, division, integer division, multiplication, exponential, okay, addition, subtraction. These are the arithmetic operators. Now if I go to the next page, you'll find relational operators. Relational operators are simply meant to compare two values of same data type. I repeat again, whenever we talk about the relational operators, these are the operators meant to compare two values of same data type. Okay, either it can be numeric or it can be string, and that gives a result as true or false, because it's going to relate two values, it's going to compare two different values. Okay, so that's why relational operator compares the two values of same data type, either numeric or string, and it results true or false. Sometimes you might be getting a value as an output true, or sometimes you might be obtaining a value as an output false also. So these are the relational operators that we use, and it might be different than a maths. If you see the mathematical notation for is equals to, both are same, that means equal to, both are same. But when we talk about unequal, that means not equal. Over here, see, in a maths notation it's quite different. So this one is used for the less than. If you write a program to decide whether the user supplied value is less or not, in that case you use this relational operator, that means less than. And this is the greater than. If you like to compare a value, whichever is the greater one, you'd like to display only that, in that case you will be using this one. That means if A is greater than B, then execute A. So that's why we call it greater than. Now you do have less than or equals to. Sometimes we need to compare a value, either it's less than or equal to that specified number. That means if A is less than is equals to B, in that case you are going to use this symbol. But if you see mathematical notation, it's quite different. Now, if you talk about a less than or equals to relational operator, in that case, we do have greater than or equals to. Okay, greater than equals to, your relational operator is also here. So you need to understand the meaning of all of this QBASIC notation rather than mathematical, because I do believe that you all are the math student, you are studying maths in grade 9 and 10, because this video is not only for the grade 9 student, it's gonna be equally important to the grade 10. So that's why I'm going to tell you that. I'm trying to tell you that you already know the mathematical notation, so you focus only in this QBASIC in this topic. So these are the relational operators that you need to understand how it is going to work. Now, if I go to the next operator, mathematical, relational, and logical operators. Okay. Now, logical operator simply combines the result of two or more relational expressions, and it returns either true or false. The commonly used logical operators in QBASIC are and or not. I'm saying commonly used logical operators. That means these are not only the operators that we use in QBASIC. We do have more than that, but as per the syllabus of your grade 9 and 10, these are the only your logical operators used in a syllabus. So that's why we are not going to talk about other. So these are simply used to combine the result of two or more relational expressions and returns either true or the false. Now, the first logical operator that we have in a QBASIC is AND operator. So what it does, this operator combines the result of relational operations and returns true when all the results returned from the individual relational expressions are true. That means if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then execute A. That means over here, before executing the value of A as a greater one, it's going to compare with next two variables. That means A should be greater than B also, and A also should be greater than C also. That means it's going to, combine the result of two relational expressions, B and C. So that's why this AND used to execute the value true if both the conditions you find over here match as a true. Now the next logical operator that we have over here, this one is OR. If you'd like to see the truth table of your AND operator, you do have option C here. If the first input is true, second input is also true, output will be true. That means at the bottom, if you have a look here, first input is false, second input is also false, output is also false. First input is false, second input is true, but output will be false. Why? Both the conditions should match. That's why. First input is true, second input is false, output will be false. Only in a case when both the conditions are matching, you are going to execute a value as a true or 1 in your AND operator. But when we talk about the OR operator, it's a bit different. So OR operator combines the result of relational operations and returns true if any one of the relational expression returns true. That means when we enter the value using this OR operator, in between any one value, if it turns into 1 or true, the output will be true. So if you see the table over here, first input is false, second input is also false. It's saying OR, any of the condition can work. Since both the conditions are false, so the output will be false. Now over here, the second expression, first input is false, but the second input is true, and it's saying OR, in between two, any one. If it is true, then the result output will be true. So that's why the output is true. Now the first input is true, second output is false, that means true, false. It will execute true. That means over here last both the inputs are true, so the output will be true. So if you compare between and or operator, this is just reverse. In your AND operator, you'll find only one as a true. Have a look over here. See, only one as a true when both the conditions are true in AND operator. Whereas in OR operator, if any of the input is true, the output will be also true. So this is the second type of your operator that we find in a form of your OR. Now the next one, AND or NOT. This is the last one. So this reminds me the seesaw game that I've seen the kids playing in the park. NOT operator is a Boolean operator that returns true or 1 when the operand is false. That means in NOT operator, if your input is true, the output will be false. If the input is false, the output will be true. So have a look over here in this chart. When the input is false, the output is true. Why? It's using the Boolean operator. Now, if the input is true, the output will be false actually. Okay, now we do have another type of operator that you need to understand carefully. That is the string operator. Now, a string operator is used to join two or more than two string data. Don't forget, I'm talking about string data. Now, if you would like to merge, if you would like to add two or more values, but those values are given in string format, in that case, you need to use the string operator. For a string operator, plus sign is used. Plus sign is used as the string operator. The act of combining two strings that you find over here has another one term, that's a concatenation. But you need to understand one more thing over here using the string operator, that string value will never participate in mathematical operation. Don't forget that. For example, if you see over here, $8 is equals to 12. We do understand this 12 is a number, but the variable assigned over here is a string, and the value is also given in between the double quote, about which I have already made my previous video. Now, if I see the variable $B, it's going to have a value 34, and C equals to $A plus $B. $A value is a string, and the $B value is also a string. Now, when I go for $A plus $B, and that's been stored in a variable $C, it is going to add these two values and it's going to place nearby. It has not taken any participation in the mathematical operation in spite of having the value numbers over here. Why? Because we are using the string operator. What it says now, string operators are used to join two or more than two strings. That means it will join these two strings. It's not processing mathematically. So in short, when we use a string operator, they are used to bring two data close. Simply that. It's not going to participate in the mathematical operator. So these were the different types of operator that's been used in QBASIC. Now, before you proceed with the other, your library function or loop or control statement, of course, we are going to have the long journey of this QBASIC, but I want you, all my dear students, to understand for the concept of all of these operators and the types of operators. Then only you'll be able to understand the next series of video when we start the program. So I do believe this was a completely, a clear tutorial for you all to understand about the meaning of your operator, about the different types of operator, how does it look like. Okay, now if you find it fruitful, that is going to help you in order to continue with your school syllabus, please do like and subscribe.